MCQ 11 is with respect to limiting factor, a very popular and consistent MCQ that comes out almost yearly. So a brief explanation of limiting factor. Now, a limiting factor is with regards to a condition whereby this said condition varies, and this actually causes the biological process to vary as well. So for the case of photosynthesis, we can take a look at the inputs such as the amount of water that's available, amount of atmospheric carbon dioxide. We're also looking at the amount of chlorophyll that the plant actually have, the light intensity. We can also talk about the color of light. All this being possible limiting factor to the plants going through the process of photosynthesis. It is, however, extremely important to know that each of these factors that's being mentioned cannot be indefinitely be affecting photosynthesis. If we were to increase, say for example, light intensity to the maximum, now to a certain extent the rate of photosynthesis will actually plateau after a while, because we are looking at water, CO2, chlorophyll, the color of light to be the possible next limiting factor that needs to be readjusted to match the level of photosynthesis. So in this question here, if you take a look at the x-axis, which is going to be a light intensity, at the region of x, as light intensity is actually increasing, I will say that the graph is also seeing an upward trend for y and z. So I'll say that for x itself, this region, my light intensity is considered to be a limiting factor. Now, however, on further increment of light intensity, you see that it actually plateaus out. It doesn't really change at all. So for y and z, light intensity is not a limiting factor. On a more careful investigation, y and z, you can see that there is a difference in the percentage of carbon dioxide. And this difference actually leads to a difference in the height of the graph itself. Whereby at a 0.6, the height of the graph is much higher, but at a 0.3, the height of the graph is much lower. So I'll say that at this region, CO2 is considered to be the limiting factor. So in this case here, for x, I'll say that light intensity is the limiting factor, but definitely no for z is no longer a limiting factor, and no for y. So in this case here, the only correct answer here is going to be C.